Blackstone Audio presents That's Not Funny, That's Sick, The National Lampoon and the Comedy Insurgents Who Captured the Mainstream, by Ellin Stein. This book is read by Jim Meskimen. To Enid, who isn't here to read this, and to Chris, who is. Chapter 1. Lampy's Castle. Immediately after the last Labor Day of the 1960s, two recent Harvard graduates moved to New York to work on a magazine called the National Lampoon. Unlike many recent graduates who start work on new magazines, Henry Beard and Doug Kenney came in as the chief editors. Unlike many magazines that have recent graduates as chief editors, the Lampoon had backers committed to the tune of $350,000, about $2 million in today's money, a deal negotiated by a Harvard student who was still finishing up his last term. 6 years later, the two editors would each be $2.5 million, nearly $11 million today, richer. 5 years after that, one would have found a measure of equilibrium by keeping a low profile, while the other, having blazed a comet-like trail of highly visible successes, would tumble to his death off a cliff in Hawaii. Along the way, the National Lampoon helped trigger a chain reaction of groundbreaking projects that would spread to theater, records, radio, television, and movies, making satire and subversive humor a gateway to commercial success when the conventional wisdom had previously considered it to be an obstacle. It was a pebble thrown into a pond with ripples ultimately including The Simpsons, The Onion, This Is Spinal Tap, South Park, The Daily Show, 30 Rock, and Superbad, but its most significant and proximate influence was on Saturday Night Live, the breakthrough television show that for over 35 years has been the premier launching pad for American comedy talent. Satirists and humorists emerged in amazing numbers to bounce off each other in ever-shifting groups and combinations, generating considerable heat, occasional light, and more than a few dramatic explosions. The Lampoon and its offspring reflected, defined, and enhanced an iconoclastic sensibility that would emerge as the dominant style of the 70s, a decade that otherwise often seemed like the hangover after the blowout of the 60s. Huge pop culture successes are big rivers fed by many obscure streams. The tributaries feeding into the mighty Lampoon included improvisational comedy troupes such as Second City, early video production collectives like TV.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?